Alright guys, I'm gonna do this voiceover because I did upload this video using music that I thought was not gonna give me a copyright issue, but turns out it did. So we'll do a voiceover. Um, so I'm using a bucket. Why the heck am I using a bucket? Well, I was at work, so I had to make use of what I had. And this bucket happened to weigh 42 pounds, so it's alright. Kind of put my wrists at an awkward angle and doesn't really allow me to go all the way up like a normal bicep curl. But as you can see later when I talk about it, it got a pretty decent pump. So here I'm just doing as many reps as possible, one arm at a time with that bucket, and then I burn out with the 30s. Only had one set of the 30-pound dumbbells, so it's a pretty good burn, not gonna lie. So I enjoyed that. I also talk about this later too in the video, but I usually start with triceps, but again, all I had was this bucket and 30-pound dumbbells, so I tried doing overhead tricep extensions, but I just didn't warm up properly, and my elbows are just on fire and in a lot of pain, so decided to not do triceps and just do biceps and side delts. But yeah, you know, if you have like the bare minimum like I do here, just still try to make it work. Try to do, what you can. There's still concentration curls, there's rest pause sets, there's drop sets, there's supersets, just if you're used to low volume, but all you have is, you know, a few dumbbells here and there, then you might have to do some more volume or just slow your reps down and then, go from there, see what you got. Uh, but I'm not going to go over the whole lift because I do later in the video. This is just kind of a voiceover as the lift is happening. So I think I did 3 sets of this weird ass drop set. But yeah, it kind of gave. I talk about this again. I talk about this later in the video too. But it gave my left forearm a little twinge, not an injury, just I think it was getting tired of curling that awkward bucket. So, uh, but like I said, still got to pump. And in the end, that's all that matters, right? So, look at me straining with the 30s. Normally, as you saw in my last arm day, I was curling to 55. So, but if you know how to work out, weight doesn't matter. Don't let your ego get in the way. Definitely have fun ego lifting, but don't hurt yourself. But my point is, if you have, a smaller amount of weight than what you're used to, then make it work. I was doing these just because I had that bucket to kind of pre-exhaust my biceps. Even though it was awkward, it still was a curl, so.
Alright, so I try to do a set of 21s with the 30s, but when you're deadlifting, I don't know what I'm saying. When you're curling with a bucket, your kind of gets in the way of your forearm, so you can't really go up all the way. And also, you're completely, dang, I can't think right now, but your hands are like this. So you completely, it's all bicep and forearm, right? So, because when you're doing curls, you can kind of, twist it a little bit. And even if you try to do perfect, you're not going to be as perfect as something that's forcing your hand to. So my biceps feel pretty fatigued. So those 21s, I couldn't even do them. So I'm just going to do a regular set of curls with the 30s because my biceps feel pretty good right now. So I'm surprised I have even getting a pump because I'm just really feeling the cut lately. I know I need it, but it still sucks. So.
Well, now you get to hear me talk again. I'll try to get music that doesn't make me get a copyright claim on YouTube. This app I'm using is supposed to be copyright free, but oh well, I'm not a technology savant, so I'm still trying to figure it out. These voiceovers will probably be pretty regular while I save up for a mic. These things are expensive, but someday I'll get y'all a mic so you can listen to my sweet, sultry voice. But it's crazy how exhausted my biceps got from that just curling that bucket. I think I keep saying, it was just an awkward position. So, but then these 30s just felt heavy after that. I also am on a cut, so not a lot of calories or carbs. So it definitely affects your workout. If you feel like you're just way too weak and you're freaking starving constantly and consistently, and you're just dropping weight like crazy, that's really the big tell there. If you're dropping it crazy fast, then maybe you should up your calories just a little bit so you don't, lose too much muscle. Because the whole point of a cut is to try as best as you can to just shed the body fat but maintain muscle. Because that's what you want, right? If you're a bodybuilder, that's what you want. You want to keep that muscle, have that nice dry look. So, but I've seen people basically starve themselves, and that's what I did. When I first got into lifting, I just was tired of. I just wanted to try something new, but starving yourself is not the way to go. Because then your body just holds on to too much fat. So, or yeah, it holds because it's in starvation mode. But I talk about that later in the video too. So. But anyway, hope you guys got in the gym today. If it's cold where you're at, hopefully they didn't close your gym down. Thankfully, I don't live where it snows, so I don't have to deal with that. It just ices over where I am, and the roads will get a little sketchy, but sometimes the whole state just acts like it needs to shut down just because it got a little icy on the road. And it's well, could you leave the gym unlocked for me though? I am thinking about getting an Anytime Fitness membership on top of the Y membership, just so if I ever have an awkward hour of the day that I need to go, then at least I have another option. But it is kind of expensive. It's $70 a month. So anyway, here I am about to talk again.
So that's 8 sets for biceps. Pretty solid pump. Felt a little twinge in my forearm. I think it's from the stand bucket. So, oh well. Still got a pump. It's not anything major at all. It's just a little tenderness. So So you did 3 sets with just kind of like a drop set, I guess, the bucket and then the dumbbells, and then 1 set of attempted 21s, and then 1 just regular alternating dumbbell curls, 2 single arm dumbbell curls, and this last one was just dumbbell curls, both arms at the same time. So pump is really nice, really good. Yeah, not too bad. So I'm gonna show 1 set of side laterals, but that's all I got, so that's all I'm gonna do. It's just gonna be very boring. So I don't think you really care if you see that or not. Alright guys, so end of the lift. I showed you that first set of side laterals. So I did a total of 5 sets. Felt crazy pumped. Arms are really pumped, so overall I'm very happy with that lift. Excuse me. So just to go over it again, you know, I'll go over it again, but you got to work with what you got. You know, like, yeah, I'm at work right now. But you know, you still gotta, if you have time, you know, and you have something, try to make it work. You know, like just find anything you can really, and just get it done. You know. So I had 1 set of 30-pound dumbbells, and I found a bucket that weighed 42 pounds, and I just made that work. It's not optimal, for sure, but you know, still got a crazy pump, still got biceps and side laterals done. So overall, decent lift. So not too mad about it. Pretty happy with it. I didn't do triceps today because I was trying to do like dumbbell, you know, I forget what they're called, but you know what I mean. And it just didn't, just my elbows were just, I need to keep putting icy hot on them, and I don't know, but they were just like really hurting. I think it's like tendonitis, plus it's just really hard to warm up. When you have very limited resources, you know, typically I'd be on the tricep push down and just doing a ton of movement reps just to keep the blood flowing, and I didn't have that, so but you know, I honestly think I need to work my biceps more to balance them out, because I think my triceps take over my biceps. So, and biceps have always been my weak point. They look good after the pump, or during, when I was checking the pump, look good. So, you know, it works out. Tomorrow will be legs. I'm really hoping that my YMCA isn't closed. I don't think they are. It says they're open on the map. Their website's kind of weird. I can't find the hours, so hopefully not. Be a pretty solid leg day. I'm really excited for that. It honestly feels like it's been forever since leg day, so excited to hit legs. We'll talk about that tomorrow when we actually do it. But yeah, I didn't like the way that bucket felt on my forearms. I don't know if I talked about that yet. I think I did. Just wasn't sure if y'all can hear me. So again, there's no injury, so not really too worried about it, but uh, just hopefully that won't happen again. But yeah, glad I have at least a set of dumbbells. Um, so right now, still on the cut. Probably gonna be on the cut for another month and a half to 2 months. Uh, Still like 2,400 calories a day. I'm down 10 pounds from what I started at. So, and then last night I weighed myself at the end of the day when I was full of food, and I was at that 10 pound, you know, mark. So, I think I've definitely lost some more. I mostly start seeing it in my face first, and then my arms, and then my legs, and then, you know, I really am trying to tone everything down. Obviously, want to be big and lean, so it's not fun. You're gonna be hungry, you know. Like a lot of people get the misconception that, well, no, you shouldn't be hungry. You shouldn't be starving yourself, because it is true. If you actually legitimately starve yourself for a minute, your body's gonna freak out, go into starvation mode, and hold on to any excess fat that you have. But that's why you stay in a organized calorie deficit, you know, a planned calorie deficit. Which again, is your maintenance calories. You find your maintenance calories, what they are per day. Let's just say they're 3,000, and you go 500 to 1,000 below that. I think you should go 1,000 if you're really trying to cut and get lean, and you're a bigger dude like me. If you're not as big of a dude, then maybe you just need to cut 500 and hold on to as much muscle as possible that you obtain during the bulk. But anyway, as long as you stay consistent with that, you're gonna be fine. Track your macros, eat at least a gram per pound of body weight of protein, which, if you just get the right foods, it's not that hard to do. My brother, as you saw in the last leg day video, he likes eating a lot of chicken, which I did start doing when I started working out again, but I just got so sick and tired of it because it was like chicken every meal, and it takes a long time to cook, and turkey meat's nice and easy. So I've been on the turkey meat stint for quite a while. I guess to preface it, when I started working out again, I started on a cut, trying to lose weight, and I got down to about like 20 pounds below what I am right now. Definitely nowhere near as strong. And then I decided to do like a mini bulk, which I think was about a month. But then I cut it at a month and then started the cut. So, I want to cut down to a specific weight and then go from there. Either continue the cut or bulk up again, but we'll see. We shall see. Still probably have about 22 pounds to go. So, I definitely have been slacking on my cardio, so, but I can encourage you to do it if everyone hates cardio. I guess some people like cardio, but it's just, for me, it's more of this is an excuse, but, it's more of like a timing thing, like I want to be with my family. Like, it is rough to like go to the gym and then come home and still do cardio, or do cardio in the morning. It's just, and also when you have like a working schedule, like, I'm a full-time worker. I work, long, hard hours every week. So I want to spend as much time with my family as I can. But that's no excuse, just do your cardio. It helps you feel so much better, especially if you're a bigger dude and you feel like you have a slow metabolism. But I think there is truth to that. I think some people definitely have slow metabolisms and others have faster metabolisms. There's not some truth to that. It's definitely true. But if you do your cardio, your metabolism will speed up. So, especially for skinnier dudes who've always been skinny and are trying to bulk, and it's really hard for them to get food down, do your cardio. It'll help boost your metabolism. It'll help you digest your food faster because it's eating up more calories. If you keep I forget what percentage, the number, but if you keep your heart rate at a specific percentage for an extended period of time, like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you're definitely going to burn fat and you're definitely going to boost your metabolism. If you're a bigger dude and you're trying to cut, I think doing more than 30 minutes might be optimal. Maybe do some cardio in the morning and then again at night. Just depends on what your goals are. I'm really trying to lean down, so I may up my cardio, but I'm losing weight, so I'm happy with that. The first 10 pounds were obviously a lot of water weight. Like that first 2 weeks, I was like, I felt better because when you're so carved up, you just feel like a walking balloon, So, anyway, cardio's great. It's good for you. It's good for your cardiovascular health. That's why it's called cardio. Maybe that's not why, but it's definitely a good reason. So, take your vitamins. I personally take 1,800 milligrams of fish oil. So the tablets I buy, it's like 3 tablets or whatever you call them. And then I take, what do I take? 250 micrograms. I think it comes out to like 10,000 IU of vitamin D3. And then 1,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C. And that's it. I guess if you want to include like the electrolytes, I just drink a bunch of electrolyte packets throughout the day. And definitely helps the pump, helps me stay hydrated. Hydrated, for a longer period of time. That's what I've noticed when I started taking electrolyte packets. I think I've talked about this before, but when I started working out again, I made sure I started drinking a gallon of water a day. But over time, I started getting these massive headaches in the gym. And I've heard of tension headaches, when you're just pressing a lot of weight and you're really straining, on bench or deadlift or whatever, or squat, it could come from that. But then I, started taking electrolyte packets because I was watching a bunch of videos and seeing articles. They're headaches aren't real, it's just a sodium deficiency. So started taking, electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and felt so much better. I will notice I don't know, I can't really tell you how much sodium to take per day, but I notice if I don't take a certain amount per day, I still will feel a little wonky. So that's why I just try to take it every time I drink water. Not every time, but most of the time. So I've been liking these just going to the grocery store and getting the Gatorade zero sugar, obviously because I want to cut, Gatorade packets, and those are nice. Makes the water taste even better. I've always liked the taste of water, so that's never really an issue for me. But definitely helps the pump for sure. If I don't have electrolyte packets, the pump isn't as crazy as it could be, especially on a cut when you don't have as many carbs to fill you up. I still take creatine on the cut. I debated stopping the creatine, but feel fine. So yeah. What I have noticed is like a typical meal, or lunch, I guess, will be or midday meal will be turkey meat, rice, and hot sauce or whatever. and I like having it in a tortilla, you know. So I get the low carb tortillas, and usually the way they make low carb stuff is they have fiber in it. So like fiber definitely makes me pretty gassy, especially like the amount of fiber that I eat because of all the low calorie, low carb items I eat. Um, so there's that, but you know, I think that helps your digestive health too. So, but yeah, that's all I have.